morning, everyone. Today is January 28th, 2021, and I read Genesis chapter 28. Diving right into the passage, Isaac directs Jacob not to marry a woman of the Canaanites, but to rather go to Paddan Aram. Esau, who also hears that marrying Canaanite women do not please his father, goes to Ishmael instead to find his wife. The beginning portion of today's chapter ties back to when Abraham commanded his oldest servant these exact same things when finding Isaac a spouse. If you are wondering why they were so against marrying Canaanite women, you can go ahead and watch chapter 24 where I very briefly explain this. I'll leave it right here. Now the next part of the passage zooms more into Jacob as he has a dream. During his travel to Paddan Aram, the sun sets and Jacob falls asleep in this place which he later on names Bethel. God appears to him through a dream, and I would like to read us verses 14, 15, and 20 to explain this. Your offspring shall be like the dust of the earth, and you shall spread abroad to the west, and to the east, and to the north, and to the south. And in you and your offspring shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Behold, I am with you and will keep you wherever you go and will bring you back to this land. For I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you. Then Jacob made a vow. God will be with me and will keep me in this way that I go, and will give me bread to eat and clothing to wear, so that I come again to my father's house in peace. The initial thought that I had when reading this was God promised this exact same thing to Abraham, Isaac, and now Jacob, and it feels like it's going on for a very long time. From this I learned that there are things that God makes happen just like that, while on the other hand there are things that take more time. Next, I want to talk about the very last sentence of verse 15. It is, "For I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you." This verse doesn't mean that God says adios to us when something he promised is fulfilled. Rather, it accentuates the fact that although it seems like what God said is never going to come to life, or we meet many obstacles along the way, God is with us through everything. Lastly, looking at verse 20, Jacob says that if he follows God, God will provide. Things Jacob considered as important and we consider as important too, like food, clothing, and broken relationships that need to be healed, all those things are bound to follow if we prioritize the right things. If we keep God as our number one, he will provide us with all these little things and make our lives abundant. Well, that is all that I took away and wanted to share with you guys from today's passage. Thank you so much for joining today's journey. You can watch yesterday's video up there, and I'll see you guys tomorrow again with Genesis chapter 29. Bye.